Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. Today we're joined by something of a rarity, a mining company listed on AIM which pays dividends. And that company is Anglo Mining. And I've got with me today Bill Morgan, who's the Chief Financial Officer, and Steve Westhead, who's the Director of Geology and Mining. Bill, if I can come to you first, please. Just give us a potted history about Anglo Mining, how the company came into being the dividend payer, highly cash generative gold, silver, and copper producer that it is today.
Okay, well, we're a very well-established company. The genesis of the company was really back in 1997 when Rita Vaziri, who is a very prominent local businessman here in Baku, and Governor Sununu, signed a production sharing agreement with the government of Azerbaijan, which gave us the mining concessions which we're now exploiting in the country. The company was floated on AIM in 2005, and we first produced gold in 2009. So, as I say, we're a very well-established company. We've been going a long time. We've got a lot of experience. We got 3 concessions under the production sharing agreement: Ordubad, Gedabek, and Gosha. And really, Gedabek is the heart of the business. Gedabek is a 300 square kilometer concession in the southwest of Azerbaijan, up in the mountains. And that's really where we've been driving the company from. It's had a long history of development. It started off doing a simple heap leach, and we moved on from there to do agitation leaching and now flotation. We produce gold doré there. We produce copper concentrate there. At the moment, our production is fairly steady, around about 75 to 80,000 gold equivalent ounces per year, which is around about 65 to 67,000 ounces of gold and copper, which is about 2 to 2,200 tons per annum. So, as I say, we're a very well-established company, and we've been going a long time. The reason that we are so successful and that we are so cash generative is that our site at Gedabek is an extremely efficient site. It's very well served by infrastructure. We've got a good main road there. We're fairly close to the Georgian border if we need to get things in and out of the country. We've got our own electrical substation. We've got a very good source of local labour in the surrounding area. So it's a very efficient little site.
Bill, Anglo operates in Azerbaijan. Can you tell us a little bit about what the operating environment is like out there?
Okay. We think it's a very good operating environment for an industry like us in mining. It's a very low-cost country in terms of things like, for instance, fuel. Diesel is very low cost at 25 pence a litre, and electricity is very low cost as well, and also with labour. So I think that is the first thing that we find, is that it's a low-cost environment. The other big advantage we find to Azerbaijan is the regulatory side of things. All of our operations are just regulated by one ministry, and it's a good regulatory environment. A lot of companies in our industry in various countries can, have a very high overhead, dealing with an awful lot of regulatory issues which we don't have to deal with. So we think it's a very good country to operate in. Yes.
And the low cost operating environment presumably must give you quite a low all-in sustaining cost.
Yes, our all-in sustaining cost is around about $600 per ounce, which is in the lower quartile. Yes.
So well established in Azerbaijan, been there many years, producing gold, as you say, at a very low all-in sustaining cost. And now, in line with the growth strategy, not Azerbaijan, not the other stans, but you've now done a joint venture with Conroy Gold to inquire an interest in their Longford Down massive gold project in Ireland. Tell us a bit about that, and why the move into Ireland.
Okay, well, we've still got a big focus on Azerbaijan at the moment, and Steve can tell you about the things that we're doing here to try and develop the business here, both in terms of our existing concessions and what's happening. But at the same time, we are a very cash generative company. We've got a very strong balance sheet. We've got no debt. And I think we've got ambitions to be more than just a little local producer in Azerbaijan. And we've been looking around at various projects, and the project in Ireland, I think we saw something that we found extremely interesting, and we think that we can develop into something that could be potentially very good.
Okay, well, let me come to Steve then, Director of Geology, Director of Mining. Steve, it looks like it's got enormous potential, a Longford Down Massif. So from your professional view, what makes it so exciting?
Okay, thank you, Tim. The trend itself extends over a distance of some 40 miles. And what's interesting for us is the fact that we're entering into a project with existing JORC classified resources at the Clontebret deposit. Over the 40 kilometers, the northern part is the Clay Lake property, which is actually in Northern Ireland. And then the extension of the Longford downtrend is in the Republic of Ireland, of which the Clontebret deposit is at the northern part of that. So, there's an element of confidence that the gold is present because there is an independent, validated JORC resource. Currently, that JORC resource is actually indicated and inferred, so still requires a lot of work to upgrade that resource to be able to convert to reserves. But essentially, therefore, we have a hub. But stepping out from that, both geochemistry, geophysics, and follow-up in the ground trench work and drilling has identified a number of other hotspots with similar gold presence to that of Clontebret. So there's an upside potential on the back of a known resource. And the Clontebret resource itself is open at depth and along strike. The existing work carried out is to a relatively shallow level, generally about 300 meters. But geologically, the structural setting for this type of orogenic gold is very favorable. And around the world, there is the potential, using different analogies, for the Longford downtrend to actually potentially yield multi-million ounce gold properties.
Anglo-Asian, the team at Anglo-Asian has, you've got significant experience in fast-tracking projects, which bodes very well for Ireland. How do you intend to go forward, and how are you going to fast-track developments at Longford Down?
Yes, you're correct. The key I see here is not simply to carry out the exploration work to increase the resources. We need to be thinking one step ahead towards production, and the exploration work and the program development would be very much focused towards production. So we'll be looking at not only resources, but we'll be looking at a lot of the geometallurgical work, metallurgical test work, etc. Already we have some ideas on extraction methods and possible processing methods, etc. So during the exploration phase, this primary phase, we will be conducting quite a significant amount of work, actually looking at the potential economic side of the properties as well.
Steve, one of the things I wanted to ask you, you've got the operation in Azerbaijan, you've now got the operation opening up in Ireland. Not an obvious set of synergies, but I'm assuming there was a very good strategic reason why you made the move into Ireland.
Yes, Tim, that's correct. Initially, it's to increase the resources and reserves, but the stage of the project in Ireland really does dovetail nicely with our capabilities of bringing projects into production. It's obviously a gold project, which is fairly hot at the moment, and Anglo-Asian Mining's experience is very much has its strengths in gold production. That potentially then could result, obviously, in possible investment from new sectors of the investment market. because we're in a different jurisdiction. So we could be looking at European, EU investment houses, etc., as well as the gold market. So we saw that this opportunity really did complement our opportunities and our projects in Azerbaijan.
Okay. What should viewers be looking out for in the coming months by way of news flow, be it from Ireland or from Azerbaijan?
Currently, we are finalizing our H1 exploration reports from Azerbaijan, which will be a report for each of the 3 contract areas that Bill referenced earlier on, Gedebek, Ordubad, and Gosha. We're looking to release those fairly soon. Exploration activity is ongoing as well, quite aggressively at Gedebek, focusing on Avshankli, Gilar, and Ogur. And if I may refer the audience to our previous RNS in relation to the aggressive exploration strategies there. In addition, we are looking to update our resources and reserves through an independent consulting group, and that work is ongoing as well for our producing mines. So that's Azerbaijan. Clearly as well, with regards to Ireland, following the initial due diligence and the preparation of the joint venture, we would then like to commence exploration work and drilling as soon as possible. And so the news flow then would be coming out of both Azerbaijan and Ireland.
Okay, Steve, thank you very much. Bill, if I
just one thing I would like to say is that obviously we've signed a non-binding heads of terms, so we have to put a joint venture agreement in place. We're now going full steam ahead to get that agreement in place. So obviously, that will be the next significant piece of news flow to come out of Ireland, is when we've actually signed up for that joint venture agreement.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. That was Bill Morgan and Steve Westhead of Anglo-Asian Mining. Anglo-Asian trades on the AIM market in London with the ticker AAZ. As you heard, it is a very low-cost operation. It's paying a dividend, and at these gold prices, that's got to be very, very good news. The company's market capitalization is currently around 148 million. That's Anglo-Asian Mining. That's all for us today on Blytheway Business News. Thank you for watching.